butterfly? I bet you all have. What color are they? Orange, right? And did you know that the monarch is the Illinois state insect? It is. It's our Illinois state insect. And monarch means ruler or king. So it's like the king butterfly. When do you see monarchs? What season? When? Yeah, summer when it's warm, right? Right. You never see them in the winter. You do? What kind? A white fuzzy one? Yeah. And what were you saying over here? You know two names? Yeah. Monarch and Butterfly. The monarch is a tropical butterfly. That means it only likes warm weather. And it used to only live in warm places. But the caterpillars only eat this kind of plant with these big thick leaves. This is called the milkweed plant. And what happened was the monarch butterfly started to move to the colder places because they followed the milkweed plants. So that's why we have monarchs here in these areas. This is that green one up there, and that will be a monarch. Now, freezing temperatures will kill a monarch or a caterpillar at any point. Did you get to see it? Yeah? Did you have a question?
I saw the butterflies out. They're white.
Pardon?
They're little white butterflies.
Oh, the white butterfly? Yeah.
They're the ones that leave worms on your packaging. Nothing new.
Now, something else to know about monarchs, they are cold-blooded. Does anybody know what that means? When they're cold-blooded? That means they are the same temperature as it is outside. So they need the warmth of the outside for the insides of their bodies to be warm. Right. Yeah? What do they like best? Nectar. Where do they find the nectar?
In the flowers.
In the flowers. Monarchs eat nectar from flowers. Do you know what they eat the nectar with? Proboscis. Very good. They have a mouth part called a proboscis. Do you know when you go to a birthday party and you blow those things that go like that? You know what those things are? That's how the butterfly's mouth works. That's how they migrate. Can anybody tell me what that means? What does that mean? Migrate, it's not quite change, you're close. What? To move.
Yeah.
Monarchs migrate. They go from one place to another and they go very, very far. And they go to the same place every year that has the perfect environment for them. Monarchs have the longest migration, one of the longest, they take the longest trip of any insect. They can go almost 2,000 miles. They go from here to Mexico. So think about it. Those butterflies you see with those wings that seem so fragile fly from here to Mexico. And if you see Miss Nancy has the map. See where we are? Because it's warm, right? Because they're cold-blooded and it gets cold here. So they don't want to stay here for the winter, some of them, because they'll die. So they fly 2,000 miles to Mexico. Now monarchs have 4 stages in their life cycle, and I have some pictures right up here. They go to Mexico. Some actually go to California, but the rest go to Mexico. Now, if you can take a look over here.
Give me both.
Over here so I can point out the pictures. There are 4 life cycles for monarchs. They start out as an egg. Now this is a very, very tiny egg. It can only be found on a milkweed plant. Yes, the egg. Only on the milkweed plant. There are milkweed plants right here. You can see them in the containers. Monarchs will not lay eggs on any other plant. Only the milkweed. It's the only plant they'll lay the eggs on. It's the only food that the caterpillar will eat. Now the egg is not much bigger than the head of the pin. So you've all seen those little pins? That's how tiny the egg is. And I have in here. If you look in here, the top of this is a magnifying. Then yes, it starts to see So the second stage, it becomes the caterpillar, which is also called the larva. It's a caterpillar for about 14 days. Now when it's a caterpillar, it grows to about 3,000 times its body size in 14 days.
Michael? See the tiny little egg?
So that would be like if you guys, when you were very, very little, ate for 14
I think maybe if you get a little further away. Can you see it now?
School bus.
Oh.
So we have scratch. So what does it have to do with its skin?
You don't fit that.
Yes, it sheds its skin. And I have some skin sheddings here. It's not. It's its skin. So it sheds its skin. The caterpillar skin splits, and then it sheds its skin. After the caterpillar skin splits, it actually spins a little ladder, and it climbs out of its skin on that little ladder. Caterpillar turning into a butterfly here. And there's a picture here.
Maybe you can show everybody at the Deicke Home.
Yeah.
Really, don't touch that. The Deicke Home doesn't have one.
It's about 14 days old. And it's in here. Yeah. What is it called?
Oh, wait.
Who can tell me? When it's in this. It's in its chrysalis. It'll be in the chrysalis for about 8 to 14 days. Yes, in the wild, the chrysalis gets knocked around by the rain. Because we want to make sure our butterflies come out of the chrysalis and that they live.
Ready? Give me a smile.
When we're a high point,
Oh, please.
Big smile.
really don't touch it.
Give me a big smile. Give me both.
Really, really tiny eggs. Yep. And as you can see, when I had my caterpillars in here, my caterpillar went all the way to the top here and connected the chrysalis. Now the caterpillar will hang from a high point from its hind legs. It has little gold dots around it, and it also has a gold line around it. Yeah, it goes like this. Yeah, it's right here. It starts here. And you can see here, if you have a chance to come on up here, you can see how the caterpillar starts to transform into this if you want to see it.
They don't have a butterfly. It got away, I guess.
Yeah.